you can see me or not. We were running behind because of weird, I don't know, Ryan couldn't see me. And I know that I have a strong Wi-Fi connection, but StreamYard is saying maybe not. So hopefully you can see me and hear the both of us. If not, blame it on technology. Either way.
Mike,
either way. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Can you see me if you're watching live or after the fact, for that matter? It is Thursday, which means it's Tech Tip Thursday. I have two cool things that I want to share that both I sort of discovered and started playing with over the last couple weeks while and be more efficient in a couple of different forms and fashions. Let's start it off with a little mindset. Begin your day with an I get to mentality instead of I have to thought process. I get to go to work. I get to have a busy day. Whatever it may be, we often dress our opportunities as stress, but they are in fact blessings. Along those lines, if you, see, Bill says no video. I don't know. Hopefully you can hear me. And if not, this.
And I'm getting a little bit of not being able to hear Josh. Let's see what's
all right. Here. Hold on. Let me, Ryan, why don't you share what you had? Let me try a different Wi-Fi connection.
Yep. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I was working on a social post today. This idea we brought up the other day about starting your home search today before everyone else does. So I was in Canva knocking out this image. Just a little note, I found the color version of this image. You do have these filters in Canva. I made it black and white, and then felt like the highlighting popped out a little bit, just a little trick there. And then did my post go live? Yeah, it did. So the social post today is on our Wake Up Real Estate Facebook page. I'll share it into the group as well. But basically, if you want to kind of swipe some of this language or this idea that we talked about the other day, you can just kind of grab the image and talk about how getting started now could save you the stress of competing with other buyers and multiple offers. So that's the social post of the day. Josh, did you disappear or are you still fumbling with that?
I don't know. Is this any better? I switched my I have two Wi-Fi routers in the house, two different services. I'm literally, when we do the show, directly next to it, and that one wasn't working. So I moved to a different part of my house closer to the other one. I don't know.
I suspect it's a StreamYard glitch. Maybe if you log out of StreamYard and log back in, that's possible. If you want to try that, I can share a Google ad I was working on this morning.
Beautiful.
You do that. All right. So Josh will take off for a minute here. Let me bring my screen back up. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. And then I am going to need to represent. Sorry for the technical difficulties today, guys. Usually this goes pretty smooth, but these things do happen from time to time. Entire screen. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'll just share. I was working on a pretty simple "What's My Home Worth" ad for a member of the community, and just figured I'd share it with you guys real quick. Do I have the right account up? I do not. Here it is. So if you are going to be using something like iList or you have a home valuation page, these ads can be pretty straightforward if you just want to get somebody to go to it and opt in. For what it's worth, I am pleasantly surprised always by how well the iList pages convert. They're very simple, but if you send the right kind of targeted traffic to a page like this, what is the value of your home in XYZ area, instantly access to 4 automated values and explore selling options, they tend to do pretty well. So the ad itself, let me see if I can bring this up here. Where's my previews? Is this where it's going to show me my previews? No. So let me just try to make this bigger on the screen so you guys can see it better. But I'm just going with a pretty straightforward. We'll do it like this. Yeah, this will do it. This will do us better right here. So the first line is check your home's value, but I'm using keyword insertion in here, which is very easy to do. You just type bracket and then a keyword. And what that means is it'll take any of the keywords we chose for the campaign and it'll dynamically insert them into this first line. So this line will always alter. And then I have just in my second spot, get 4 home value estimates, instant, accurate, and free. We can add other variations. Google likes you to, but honestly, this formula tends to work something like this. And then just a few quick options here. Try our fun home value checking tool, thinking about selling, curious about your value. Check this out right here. So you can see over to the right, Google kind of spins some variations of what they're going to show if I scroll through those. And it's a pretty simple game. You're going to write an ad like this. You're going to have a good high converting landing page like this provided by whoever you use. If you use Street Text, if you use your KV Core or Lofty pages, if you use iList, doesn't really matter as long as it converts pretty well. And then you're just going to choose keywords for your campaign around the home value idea. Also, sell my house fast is a good one. So variations of that. So I'm not going to go deep into the weeds of how to do this. I wasn't even really planning to share it, but I'm killing time while Josh gets his stuff together. But just this is a good time of year for this type of campaign. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. People are going to start to think about selling their homes again. If you were thinking about spending some money on Google PPC, this would probably be a good campaign to try out. So if we get some success with this campaign, we'll let you know in the next week or two. How you doing, Josh? Looks like he logged out and is trying again. He does have a great face for radio, Bill. I agree. Josh is the Masked Singer. Yeah, who is he? And then, that's a bummer, Mark. Mark had a rough cash offer experience. Mark, I'm not going to put your comment on the screen just because I don't know. I don't want to upset our friends over there. Who knows what? I don't know the situation, so I'm not going to mention what company that was. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Ernest, what are you doing these days? You told me you were producing pretty well. It sounds like you've been hustling. If you want to comment and tell us where you're getting your lead flow from, it sounds like you've really kickstarted your business again the last few months. There you are, sir.
Maybe better. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see you. I think everybody else can too. Yep.
Well, I'm glad I'm back because I didn't want to leave everybody hanging on the couple of cool things that I wanted to share. But you were sharing some Google ads, and it seems like we got some great conversation. Thank you, Bill. Great face for radio. I would agree that I do have a great face for radio.
I knocked out the comments. Ernest, we were talking about how Ernest has been accelerating his business, and coincidentally, I was talking about Google ads, and he's using Google ads and running a combo of KV Core lead generation with Lofty's AI. I like this. You're going to have to tell me more about that. So he's merging the two. He's crossing streams with those two competing products.
So Ernest, next Wednesday, What's Working Now, open to being a guest on the show. We would love to have you break up the monotony of us two knuckleheads yucking it up every day. So that would be great. I want to share the two things that I promised. I'm going to tee up the one a little bit. Tim Ferriss has been, for me, one of the most influential people in my life post college graduation, let's say. And I would say that there are two of his books that would be in my top 10, like had the biggest impacts of my life. The 4-Hour Workweek, and I think Ryan would agree. And I think
that one just completely changed my path for whatever reason.
And I think that was one of our early connecting points, us talking about that book. And then the 4-Hour Body. His podcast is also one of my favorite podcasts ever. They are very lengthy, very in-depth, and I kind of wane in and out of checking in on them because they're so long. And quite honestly, some of the guests he have they're not that much of interest to me. However,
too many ads too. He loads that thing up with ads.
He does. Fair. You can skip through them, but regardless.
Yeah.
Anyway, holidays, some room to breathe, etc. And also some of my regular podcast content, there wasn't as much available. So I listened to a podcast that he did with Matt Mullenweg. And he's had Matt on the show several times. If you don't know who Matt is, he was either the creator or co-creator of WordPress. He's also he founded Automatic, which is like WordPress's for-profit, for-profit parent company, and just an all-around interesting, cool dude. And he was talking about some of the companies that they have been acquiring or merging with on Automatic. And one of the ones he mentioned, I thought would be of particular interest to at least some of you. It is called Texts, which is hard to say, texts with an S.com. Texts with an S.com. I'll share it here in a second.
Yep.
TEXTS.com, which is an all-in-one inbox for all your different possible messages. iMessage, WhatsApp, Telegram. I'm not really using that. Signal, not really using that. Whatever. Messenger, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Slack, and Discord. Okay. All in one inbox, right? All in one inbox. There's a free version of it, which I think it limits you to maybe 2 or 3 that you can, what's the word I'm looking for? Integrate or
aggregate.
Or authorize, aggregate, whatever. And then they have a paid version where you can do more. I haven't upgraded to the paid version because honestly, I just, I was listening this past weekend to that one, like just a few days ago. I downloaded it. I did link up. I think I linked up my Instagram and maybe one of the others. I don't remember. But for those of you that are on multiple platforms and do get messages through those different platforms, myself included, like, I can't tell you how many times over this past year I had messages of people wanting to do business that I just missed. I just didn't see them. And whether it was a couple of days or some cases a couple of weeks, that's just, you're just missing out on opportunities. So I don't know, for some of you that might be something to check out and play around with. And Ryan,
I've tried Shift, I think it's called. I've tried a few of these. I found a little bit pricey for and I didn't really like Shift. I'm going to try this out. But I think most of us here, real estate isn't our only thing, right? So if you're involved in multiple things, multiple ventures, that's where it gets really confusing, as Josh said, trying to have like your Slack for one thing and you got your Google Chats for some other venture, because not every kind of venture is on the same channel. So yeah, Josh, this is a really good tip. I'm going to check this out today.
So I will probably upgrade it as well. I'll probably even have Mike on it because we're on so many different channels and so forth, just to make sure that, sometimes even when I'm paying attention, I still miss stuff. And so having a second layer, which, if you have an assistant or VA, it might be something to get them on just so that they can give you a little nudge. Hey, just making sure you saw this message. This is someone trying to, whatever, do business with you in some way, shape, or form. And Daphne, Ernest said that's dope, which is thank you. And also, I don't know, that's dope. That's great. Ernest, you're too young to be saying lame things like that. Anyway,
he's a dad now, so it's all right.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's easily explained. And Daphne said, my new Engage More Pro CRM has a lot of that as well. Definitely Messenger and WhatsApp. Yeah,
that looks interesting. Yeah.
And maybe that's something that you encourage your, the CRM you're looking or using to integrate. Well, one thing I'll say is that in that conversation around that, there is a lot of complexity to doing what texts.com does, because some of these different platforms are pretty regularly trying to break some of the integrations and the way that these work. And one of the things that Matt on the podcast mentioned why he liked and why they ultimately decided to invest in this platform is they had addressed a lot of those issues For example, they looked at other platforms and they might have even mentioned Shift as another alternative on the episode, but that for whatever reason, a lot of the other ones will just randomly miss 5, 10, 15, 20% of the messages. And if you're relying on that and you're never going and checking the actual inboxes, you could be missing opportunities there as well. So whatever it is, check it out. Let us know what you think. The other thing that I wanted to highlight, I mentioned this briefly yesterday, but you know that we talk a lot about and are big proponents of creating video content. And the world we live in, short form video content is a great way to stay top of mind, to create top of mind awareness. And I even showed an example yesterday of a short form video for the HELOC product. Many of you are uncomfortable creating that kind of content. I get it. Okay. At some point, I would encourage you to get over that in some way, shape, or form. And if we have strategies that maybe we can discuss tomorrow or next week on how you might overcome some of that. But and maybe you have, but you want an easy way to create more of it. And this is not like rocket science at all. But I saw TikTok. You can see my screen, right, Ryan? I shared the right one or no?
Yeah, mine was up there for some reason. Here we go.
You got it? Okay. So
yep.
I was on TikTok. I had uploaded a TikTok and it said like, hey, try photos. They get X amount of more views or whatever. So what I've been creating a lot of content is I'll make an image like this one here. Let me see if I can make this full screen. I'll create an image like what you see in the background here. And I'll use that as a green screen and I'll just do a little talking head, which is what that HELOC one was. Well, what I've been doing is I then also just take those and just upload that as a video. So this is a 15-second video that I just went to Facebook, which you can do it on TikTok, you can do it on Instagram, you can do it on Facebook Reels. You choose Reel, you choose the photo, you choose what audio you want, and it'll turn it into a 15-second video clip. And I typically will add another sticker or two. And then you've got some video content where, I mean, it's simple and easy. And most people, when they're looking at videos, at least initially, they're watching the video without audio anyway. So you've got the message you're communicating on the screen here or wanting to communicate on the screen here that you would probably, or that I would recommend you do if it was a talking head video, that you put the captions so people while they're at work who can't turn the audio on can get the gist of the video. But this is just a simple and easy way to create content with just Canva. And you don't have to use Canva, but that's just an easy way. I just create a 1080 by 1920 image. And again, these are what I use. And you can, there's probably one or two in here. This is the same thing. This is just the image video or photo video. But there's plenty of talking head ones in there as well, which it's literally the exact same thing. It's just the only difference it's my talking head in the bottom right corner. Here's one that I did straight to camera with, notice the captions, right? The captions going. Here's another one that's just a photo video, but it's just a simple, easy way. And another one, right? So I'm practicing what I'm preaching here, but it's just a super simple, easy way to create some content that might get you more engagement. Or, like I said, I'm making those images anyway. I might as well turn them into two different pieces. One, I'm actually talking on the video, my head's down there. And then one, I could take that same thing and 3 days later, upload it as a standalone reel and get some additional traction. Right. And maybe I do it at a different time of the day. Right. So I upload the talking head one at 9 a.m. and then I upload the photo video at whatever in the afternoon or evening, right? Because you're hitting different people, different audiences, based upon their search or their social media time. Andrew asked, what app do you use for captions? I use the app is literally called Captions. And I do pay. There's a pro version of it here. It's that purple one. Okay. It's just called Captions. The icon for those listening on audio only, it's just a purple box with I don't know what you call that character, but a white character in the center, and it's just called Captions.
Does it put the text on the video for you?
Yeah.
Or do you have to read it? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you upload your raw video of whatever type, and it will populate the captions, and then you can choose the style and the font, and you can choose if you want words to be emphasized or not emphasized or whatever. And there are lots of other options. That's just the one that I use. If you have one that you're using, please comment below. Maybe there's a better one, or maybe there's a free one that I'm just not aware of. I do pay for Captions, but if you've got a great free one, and honestly, I mean, like some of the platforms do the captions for you also. So you can try that as well. It's just I have a workflow that I've been using. David asks, you're producing these right off your phone? Yes. Typically, I will make the image, the Canva image, on my laptop, but you could use the Canva app too. Like I just find the Canva app clunky when I'm trying to make an image like what I showed. And so, Andrew, you're using CapCut for the captions. I haven't been using CapCut for the captions, but maybe the CapCut Pro version with the built-in captions, that might be easier. I don't know. I use CapCut a ton, but I haven't been using them for the actual captioning. Bill says, love Captions, phone mostly, and they do have a PC basic version. Cool. Good. Well, that's all I had for today.
Yeah, good tech tips for Tech Tip Thursday. We're sticking to the theme here pretty well, Josh.
We're trying to. So we're gonna twist Ernest's arm and get him on for next Wednesday. Some other housekeeping items. We'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. For some follow-up, right? Follow-up Friday. If you missed yesterday's mastermind, I do believe Mike added that to the mastermind section of wakeup.realestate, so you can check that out. And there were some good questions. It was just kind of like a first day back after the new year. I did share an idea that we're exploring that Ryan and I were riffing on after the show yesterday. That for some of you, we may be reaching out to you to be beta testers on at some point. And there was some good stuff in there. It was short and sweet, but some good takeaways. Tomorrow's follow-up Friday. And I did tease that later today I was going to do a session on the 5-day HELOC, just kind of end to end. I'm holding off on that because of something that Ryan and I were collaborating on yesterday. But if you are interested and want more information on that, I did put together a Google Doc. And if you go to wakeup.realestate and you use the chat widget, just ask Mike for the 5-day HELOC Google Doc, and we'll give you that. Or you can just email mike@growwithjosh.com, mike@growwithjosh.com. But more to come on that for sure, or in the near future. I just wanted to wait until we had some initial results from the idea Ryan and I are running with, which is live this morning. And we'll probably have some updates on it next week. What's that?
Yeah. Good. Yeah. I didn't know it was live.
Little tease for you. So we'll be back tomorrow. If you need anything, please let us know. And I'm going to say this again. I talked about it yesterday. If you helped any clients or anyone in your office from, let's say, fall 2023 going back to spring 2022, purchase a home with an FHA or a VA loan, it is your or their fiduciary responsibility to let them know that they could lower their rate. And in the case of VA, literally, it could not be easier. No credit check, no appraisal, no income verification, and the small amount of costs can be rolled into the loan. If you have someone that would fit that criteria, we'd be happy to chat with them and see if it makes sense. We have a VA streamlined refi in the works right now, where the borrower is going to save approximately $400 per month.
Wow. What's
fiduciary responsibility? What's that?
What are they right now, like 300,000 or 400,000 range to save that much?
Something like that. I think his balance is just under 400, and he's at a rate in the 7s, and we're knocking that down significantly.
Yeah, for anybody who started at the peak of the rates, you're probably looking at $100 per 100,000 roughly. I mean, that's really back of the napkin math, but
yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal.
It's significant. And again, take your fiduciary responsibility seriously. Because here's the thing. If you're the one making them aware of that and they save money, who do you think they're going to think of when they talk with someone else about real estate? They're going to think of you. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a conversation about real estate, which is what we want to be having more of, whether or not it directly leads to a listing or a buyer side right now.
Yep.
All right.
And Tuesday, if you missed Tuesday's show, I shared with you the email that I sent to my whole database around this idea. So go back and check out Tuesdays. David asked a real simple follow-up here. How do you get the image from your laptop over to your phone? David, it's very high tech. I'd say that tongue in cheek. I literally email it to myself and then download it from my phone. Honestly, I have the Canva login both, so I could just create it in Canva on my laptop and download it from the Canva app on my phone. But typically what I do is I download it on my laptop and I literally email it to myself, open up the email and download it to my phone. Yeah.
If you use texting on your phone, like on Windows, you can link your phone up to your laptop. Yes. You can text yourself stuff. I do that a lot to get stuff between devices. Before
Ryan convinced me to get a PC, I would airdrop it to myself, but I can't do that now. Thank you.
All righty. Sorry, Josh. Sorry to do that to you.
Yeah, that's all right. All right. See everybody tomorrow. Let us know if you need anything in the meantime. And thanks for bearing with me today with the tech issues and difficulties. And Ernest, let us know about next Wednesday. Take care.
Tech Fail Thursday. See ya.